All right, everybody, welcome to NorCal Sports Network. And this is the same hat that Brock Purdy's dad wears. Chat loves it when Marty Lurie comes on.
Anytime you lose a game this time of year, when you can't go backwards, it's a problem.
All right, everybody, welcome on in. NorCal Sports Network. And if you're a Bay Area sports fan, all I can say is, oh, what a night! Warriors win, Giants win. We're going to get into both of them, but first we're going to talk about the Giants right after we get into our sponsor, Chapman Law Group. Chapman Law Group, located in Marin, licensed in all of California. Give Chapman Law Group a call right there. 413-93. Got a personal injury situation you need help with? Give Chapman Law Group a call, guys. All right, everybody. This Giants club looking some nice. Let me get rid of the banner there so we can see. Yes, the club looking good. Looking good. Man, oh man. Logan Webb comes through as the staff ace. I said last night he needed to do this. Big game. They win the series. They've already had a winning trip. They're 4-1. Now Landon Roop goes tomorrow and gets a chance to start his first. I'm not sure if he started it all last year. I don't recall, but got a chance to go for the sweep, and that would be dynamic. But, yeah, skaters, Casey playing a little first base, got the pop-up there. And you know what? I kind of like seeing Casey out there. He's got range. He could play first. It's another position for him. I like the way Melvin is running this. Aaron says he wants a 20-minute segment on trading Logan Webb. Yes. Sell high. There we go. All right, man. Hey, this is fun, guys. Giants win it by a score of 3-1. Elliot Ramos with the big home run, and Willy Adames with the big 2-run single. Christian Kosk gets his first career start. May have got his first hit with a bunt. I don't know what they've ruled that yet. But, man, I feel like singing, oh, what a night, late December back in 63. What a very special time for me as I remember. What a night. Yes, I don't know. I had both games going, guys. I had the Warriors and the Giants and had the AirPods in, listening to the Giants game, watching the Warriors or watching the Giants game on my MLB app on my iPhone, and the Warriors game. Steph Curry, if you didn't see that game tonight, people, went off. He ended up with 50, I want to say something like 53 points. I'll tell you that. Don't worry, we're going to talk Giants first here before I get into this, but I just wanted to announce what Steph Curry did tonight. He hit 12 threes. He had 8 in the first half. He finished with 52 points. Steph Curry, what can you say? Unbelievable. But the Giants have already surpassed what I thought they would do on this road trip. I predicted a 3-3. I figured they'd win the series in Cincinnati, and they might get 1 or 2 out of this one. But they got a chance to go 5-1 and come home. I'm telling you, this team's different. They may not be the most talented, but they're cohesive, and I like what Bob Melvin is doing, moving guys around. It sure was nice to see Yaz out there in the late innings. I mean, he played the whole game, but seeing Yaz out there with the glove. Now, tomorrow we'll see Matos out there. Heck, we could see a lineup tomorrow, guys. I wouldn't be shocked if we saw a lineup tomorrow of, I think Huff catches tomorrow. Pretty confident of that. Wouldn't be surprised to see Wilmer at first. I wouldn't be surprised to see Koss at second, Adames at short, Chapman at third, Ramos in left, Fitzgerald in center, and Matos in right. Wouldn't shock me one bit. Lee's kind of struggling a little bit. They're facing Framber Valdez tomorrow. Wouldn't be surprised to see them go all right-handed, leave Bailey, Yaz, Wade, and who's the other lefty? Who am I forgetting? Oh, Lee. Lee and Yaz, Wade, and Bailey. 4 lefties. Wouldn't be surprised to see him on the bench. Valdez usually goes deep into games, usually gets at least 6, and then you can bring in a lot of the lefties in different situations late in the game, especially if you need that. Koss switched to first when Schmidt came in. No, Koss stayed at second, Anthony. Schmidt played first. Schmidt went in and played first. But yeah, guys, a really, really great ball game tonight. And let's see here. Hold on here. Anyway, tonight we've got we'll probably run till about 8:30. Okay, we got 7:45. I got to get ready to head to believe it or not, I got a late night MRI. I guess here in Arizona, they work late, man. So this is, yeah, I think Steph could have got that record tonight if game situation, but Steph's team player, man. He only hoisted maybe one shot that maybe was questionable. The rest, he was in the confines of the game. So, yeah, guys, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Do it now. That would be great. Hit that like button. Giants are rolling, baby. Let's go through let's go ahead and, excuse me. What we'll do is we will go ahead and just recap the game itself. I will tell you what's going on. By the way, if you're an A's fan, the A's are playing up in Sacramento right now. Their second game in Sac. It's a 5-2 ball game in the bottom of the third. I love it. I need 9 runs total in the game. I took the over. Wind's blowing out. Looks like a good bet. I bet the over. In fact, I bet some, and then I says, you know what? That's not enough. Let me throw some more on top of that because odds weren't great, but you got, it's like 50 to win 45 or something like that, whatever it is. But heck, I think it's going to be easy money if the wind's blowing out there in Sacramento. So anyway, I told you we were going to get to the ball game itself, break it down. So the way the ball game went tonight, guys, for the in the first inning, there was no real action. The one thing that's concerning right now is Lamont Wade does not have a hit, and he's not walking, and he's striking out a lot. So Lamont Wade led off the game, striking out, and he struck out. Yeah, he struck out swinging. No score in the first 3 innings of play. Actually, yeah, in the first 3 innings, or excuse me, 2 innings. First 2 innings, no score. But in the third, the inning went like this. With Wisniewski pitching for Houston, Patrick Bailey walked, and then Christian Koss walked, moving Bailey to second. Wade struck out again, swinging his second time in 2 at-bats. Adames doubles down the left field line, scoring both Bailey and Koss, which was nice to see. Then Lee grounded out, which he's been doing a lot. He did hit 1 smoking line drive tonight that was caught. Chapman struck out. Bottom of the third, Webb set him down 1-2-3. Just what you want, guys. What you want your pitcher to do when you get a lead especially on the road. shut him down. 1, 2, 3. Yep. That's exactly what you want to do. And Webb masterfully did that. In the fourth, Ramos homered to left field, leading off the inning, 364 feet, 3-0 Gigantes. No further action after that. And then in the bottom of the fourth, Jose Altuve scored, got that run back, and that was the end of the scoring for the night. Webb pitched a masterful game. So no scoring after that. It was a 3-1 final. All the scoring coming in the first 4 innings of the ball game. And that was it. From 5 through 9, no action as far as scoring plays. But Giants getting some double plays tonight. I think the Astros hit into 3. Flawless defense again for the Giants. No errors for, I want to say, the third night in a row. Webb's line was beautiful tonight. 68% of his pitches were strikes. He threw 100 pitches, 68 for strikes, went 7 innings, only gave up 5 runs, or 5 hits, 5 hits, 1 run, the home run by Altuve. Then Tyler Rogers came in the 8th, got a hold, 1 inning pitched, 2 hits, 1 K, and then Ryan Walker, bing, bada bingo, bam, bio, boom, 1, 2, 3, and that's it. 7 Ks on the night for the Giants pitching staff. The Giants, 13 Ks. They struck out a lot, but you know what? This team is gonna strike out a lot. Okay, so you got to get used to that. Oh, there's our friend Lou. He comes in. I think he was asleep at the wheel tonight. What happened, Lou?
I didn't get anything, and then I saw 7:45 on the thing. So
we moved it. We moved the game, ended early. I sent you the link immediately after the first.
Sorry about that. So I wasn't sure,
worries.
And I went for a run today since the weather was so bad, and I got to get ready for Augusta. So I bought my little Walkman. Heard the end of the game, and the thing about Walker, boy, I'm so confident in that guy. I'm not really worried about him at all. So that's a huge, huge plus.
There we go. No errors this season for the Giants. I couldn't remember the first game, but yeah, now that you bring it up, Dallas playing great defense. I thought Chapman's ball was questionable. You could have given him an error, but it was hit pretty hard, so I have no problem with it. Hometown scorer gets the hit, so that's it was a tough. It wasn't easy. We're so used to Chapman just gobbling everything up, but didn't hurt him. Giants continue to get the win. Producer Ryan sending Lou some messages. Says, Lou, pay me my money. Look at that. Look at that. Wow.
If he's so confident with the Warriors, we have everybody here. Why doesn't he do this? I'll take Oklahoma to win the West. He can have the Warriors, because I watched the Warriors tonight, and I don't have much faith that they're going anywhere. So it's up to him. But if not, I will gladly Venmo his money. No problem at all. I just send me your email to the text, and I will Venmo the money by the end of the show. It's the type of guy I am, right, Dan?
That's right. Yep. There you go. There you go, Ryan. Send your Venmo. Deloading says question mark. I'm not sure what he meant by that, but maybe he means the bet. It's 44 wins. Lou took the under on the Warriors at 43.5. Ryan and I took the over, but I'm not going to gloat. It's a bet. I lose some, I win some. Big deal. Anyway, back to the Giants, Lou. This team has. What'd you think? I was shocked. Because I'm watching the Warrior game, and on NBC Sports Bay Area, I'm watching it, and then I get this. I'm watching the Giants game, on my phone, and I look down and I see a pop-up, and I see Casey Schmidt, and I go, oh. And then Koss almost runs into him, and I'm going, wait a minute, it looked like Casey was coming from first base. Let me watch that replay again. And sure enough, Yeah, it was Casey in at first base. I don't know. I guess they decided, because Wilmer was the DH tonight. Yeah, so you couldn't pull him out of that. Otherwise, you lose your DH. So they pulled
Wade
Wade
off to an
out.
awful start. You got to do what's best. And we talked about it before the game. Why isn't Schmidt getting the start? Remember? And all of a sudden, boom, he was in.
Yeah, I was saying before you got on, Lou, I would not be shocked tomorrow if the lineup is behind the plate, Huff. First base is Flores. Second base is Koss. Shortstop is Adames. Third base, Chapman. Left field, Ramos. Center field, Fitzgerald, taking Lee, giving him a break because you're facing Framber Valdez, a tough lefty. In right field, Luis Matos. I'm going to go with that lineup. The only kink I see in that lineup that could change is if Lee plays and they put Fitzgerald back at second. That's the only kink I see. I think Casey gets the bat. He had a nice at bat, his first at bat against Okert. He drilled the ball into right center and it was hit pretty hard. He just tracked it down. So I think Melvin's going to find ways to, spot start these guys. Koss, Schmidt, keep them fresh. You can't sit guys that young and just never play them. Otherwise, they'll just rot.
Yeah,
They won't
you have
they won't be
Thursday off,
effective.
so give the young kids. The one thing I do want to point out, you brought up the line shot to third. I will say one thing: the official score was pretty tough because I thought that could have been an error because it was very weird. I think it just never came up. But then again, here's the rook, Koss. I thought that was a good bunt, and they didn't give him a hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like you can't have it both
They don't.
ways.
It's hometown scoring. It's just the way
hometown.
it is.
So I think you bring up a great point. And as for Schmidt, I think maybe late night 3 strikeouts. Maybe they just said, hey, relax. I know you're 0 for 12. You got a sacrifice fly. Just relax. You're not going anywhere, and just gave him a break because he had 3 strikeouts when he got replaced. I don't think he got injured because they didn't really talk about it. So, it's one of those things. And I think tomorrow, 2 things. First of all, it's a day game. It starts at 1:00 our time, and we get to see Rube, and I'm really glad they, I think I'm pretty excited about that and see how it works.
Kind of a weird start time.
Yeah.
It's like a 3:00 start time in Houston for a afternoon getaway day for the Giants. I mean, it's okay. Giants have Thursday off. The game will end probably around 3:30 our time. Giants will probably fly out about 5:30, 6 o'clock our time, get home to San Francisco,
11,
probably 8:30, 9 o'clock. They get Thursday off. They get to, spend the night in San Francisco or the Bay Area, wherever they live. And I know I talked to Casey a couple days ago, and was going to try and get him on Thursday just to do a quick 10-minute interview, tape it, record it, I should say, record it, and then we play it for our pregame show on Friday just to get his feel, what he's thinking about for the jitters. Does he have any jitters for opening day at home, first opening day in front of 41,000 fans? Is that going to be what's he feeling? But we'll see. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it. Most likely he's busy because he's got to move into an apartment. Think about it.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, he doesn't know. He didn't know where he's going to live, whether he's going to be in Sacramento or in San Francisco. And he didn't find out probably until what?
A couple days before?
Yeah, a couple days
before the season started.
Yeah, he's probably, him and his girlfriend, they probably got to find a place, get it secured, and he's got to move Thursday. He's got to move all of his belongings in on his off day. So that's kind of the toughie,
Yeah.
So
and Dan, I know your producer keeps asking for it. Can I get a loan since I know you made a little wager today and it's already over and it's only the bottom? Just go to the top of the 4th. Is that okay? Can I get a little loan? Congratulations.
Let me see.
I tried to give you updates, but you never respond to me on the text.
Oh, you're texting me on the? I'm on. Hold on here.
No, I was giving you updates, live updates.
Okay, let me in the gosh, I got too many buttons open. Let me go. What's going on with that A's game here? Let me
It
pull
is
up.
5-4, top of the fourth, bases loaded, nobody out. The
Beautiful.
Cubs. So congratulations, you got your wager.
I
And
should
by
have.
the
I should
way,
have bet it. Should have bet a grand. I should have bet a grand.
well,
Doggone it.
I'm just telling you, I took the Cubs over 4.5, and I think I'm going to bet, especially like when some of these other teams come in. That ballpark plays so small. No matter what, I'm just going to start betting the over the first half and take one team. I don't know about the A's, but like when Philly comes or I mean, it's ridiculous. I
Yeah,
mean, over four and
yeah.
a half.
Senior gave me the lock because he gave me the
Yep.
weather report. Told me the wind was blowing out, so I put money
Yeah.
down on it. I passed it on to Sean Proctor. I know Sean. He probably threw
Yeah, I mean, I made a pretty good
couple
bet just
G's
over
down.
4.5 for the Cubs. So it's just I'm going to bet it every game, especially when the big boys come in, because that place is just too small for the pros, and we're gonna until they adjust, sort of like how Colorado. It took them like a month. You got to
I don't
take
think it's the
advantage.
dimensions are too small, are they, Lou? Aren't they regular dimensions?
It's playing like a little league park. You know what it plays like is when they play that game in Iowa. Remember after the Little League World Series, they always play that one game in the Little League Park, even though it's got the major dimensions. Like one year, the Yankees played, and it was like 21-17. I'm
Yeah.
just letting you know it's playing small.
Look at
But hey,
Ryan,
a
man.
win's a win.
Ryan is not getting your sarcasm. He says, laughing out loud, Lou, just take the loss. He already said he was going to just send your Venmo. He'd send it to you before the end of the show. He was making a joke, Ryan, about me winning a bet tonight. Like, that's all. He's not. Ryan wins a bet, man. You never hear the end of it.
And Dan, I do want to say one thing to Robert, who's saying, "Hey, nobody predicted we're over 500." Again, guys, it's only 5 games. I just want to say one thing, and then we'll keep positive. I just want you to look at the standings. Okay, first of all, we're still in third place, which is great because that's what we're hoping. But do you think the Los Angeles Angels are going to win the West in 3-1? And do you think Tampa Bay is going to win their division at 4-1? Do you think Miami, who's got the best record in the East, is going to win that division? So, guys, everybody relax. Let's keep the mojo going, but don't say, oh my God, nobody predicted anything. It's only 5 games in. If you guys listened to the great show last night with Ned said it's so early, everyone relax. Dan tried to say, well, usually it's like 30 games. And what did Ned say? Usually, I'd say 25 to 50. So let's just relax, guys. I'm glad we're off to a great start because you know what? It makes these shows a lot better. But I hope it keeps coming. But guess what's going to happen if it gets the other way? I'm going to remember you guys, except for Robert, because Robert's going to be positive no matter what.
I don't know who you're looking at, but or talking to in the chat because I can't. The chat's going so fast, I can't read them all.
I know. Thank you guys, Chad. It's great when we're winning. We want more people than we can predict.
Yes, Dallas says yes. I think that's it. The dimensions are normal, but the ball flies. Senior, who lives up there and has been up there, says it's actually a. Let's see, what did he say? It's actually one of the least hitter-friendly parks in the Pacific Coast League. But if the wind blows out, it plays small. The winds will shift. Okay. Yeah, so
that's Pacific Coast. These are the majors. Again, these are the best of the best that are going there. I mean, look at Tucker. Imagine if he played AAA. But it's 6-4 now, and we'll see. I'm just telling you, I think there's a trend. I think the ballpark's playing very small. Today was the A's best pitcher, and he's getting rocked.
Yeah, we'll see how this thing goes, guys. But I agree with deloading. He says people can be happy how they're playing, man. Yeah. Hey, look, I agree. Let's enjoy the wins. They're playing well. They're playing the kind of baseball that Buster talked about that they need to play to win. And what is that? It's excellent defense, very sound pitching, and timely hitting. And they got the timely hit tonight with Adames, and then Ramos came up with the home run. This is what you're going to see a lot, guys. You're going to see a lot of 3-1, 3-2, 4-3 ball games that the Giants are getting. Think about it. Their one loss was what? 3-2? What was the loss?
3-2 when we 3-2 when we it was the second game of the season and we led.
Yeah. So
I also like that we're getting leads. Getting leads is so big.
Yeah, it really is, guys. This is a team that I have going 86 and 76. Lou has them going 85 and 77. Look, right now, build up those wins because in baseball,
you're frozen again, Dan.
I'm frozen. Am I frozen? I don't think I'm frozen. Tell me if I'm frozen. Anybody.
Guys, can you see Dan or is it just me?
I'm waving. I don't know.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, Dan's not frozen. Thanks, deloading. Okay, so I didn't think I was. It usually.
Yeah, that's what I saw on my end. I'm sorry.
Okay, that might be you buffering, but anyway, build up these wins because it's important. Yep. Because they will have losing streaks. Every team does. Even the Dodgers at some point will lose through. Maybe not this year, but most teams lose 3 or 4 in a row.
Of course.
It just happens. So I think the Giants look, and what I like about the way they're winning is they're winning with very good pitching. And I'm liking what Melvin has been doing, the way he's handled the team. There was only one decision I didn't like this year with Melvin, and that's going to happen. That was when he didn't send Fitzgerald. And I know the pitcher he mentioned, the pitcher was quick to the plate, but you're down 3-2. You weren't getting much going. I wanted to see him just take off. But you know what? It's Dodgers will eventually have a 1-game losing streak. What's going on with the Dodgers right now? Let's give you a report on that.
They're down 1-0 in the third, and then San Diego's winning again. And San Diego's winning again.
Wow, Slam Diego! Remember a couple years ago they were called Slam Diego.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, good. All right, I picked up Dustin May in fantasy, so we'll see how that goes. But you know, it's the type of baseball that won the Giants World Championships. I'm not saying they're going to win a World Championship, but I'm also
exactly right.
I'm also not saying
and good defense.
Yeah, I'm also not saying that they're not a possibility that they can't win a world championship. Okay. In fact, check this out, guys. Let me show you my, did I show you? I think we did it on the air, right, Lou, at my $5 bet?
You are correct, sir.
Yeah. Here's my,
show everybody.
Here's my $5 bet, my futures bets. Okay. Look. Oh, they're still only giving me cash out. There's that bet right there. San Francisco plus 1,000, $5 to win 500. Okay.
What's wrong with that? But they've only given you the cash back, huh? They're not nervous to pay big money. Yeah.
Not yet. Not yet.
All right.
I've got my over 79.5 wins.
All right.
I've got that in there. Over 79.5. I'm taking the over. Look, I told you guys for 2 years, a lot of people said, "Oh, Dan, you're so negative. NorCal sports is so negative. Why are you so stinking negative about the Giants?"
You just did the way they played.
Who said he's going to be starting again? Did they say that tonight, Adi? I know. Or are they going to just? I thought they would play Wilmer at first, the more experienced first baseman, and maybe they like Wilmer DHing. Maybe they like Wilmer just hitting and not being out in the field. Robert DeVille says yes, they did say that. Okay, very cool. So he'll get the start tomorrow, then that would put Wilmer as the DH. Okay, awesome. You guys got to see it.
Yep. Yeah.
I love it.
And Dan, these people are saying you're negative. It's because the Giants played that way for us to be negative. They never proved us to be positive. It didn't seem like they had a direction. Dan, as you brought up early in the summer, we need a direction, on the road. And it looks like, now we're doing something. We do have a direction.
I love it. Casey's going to get to play against lefties. Nice. Play first base.
He deserves
Very cool.
it.
So here's I like that defense. That's 2 hot corners. If he just has to switch his mindset, it's kind of like driving left from the, like going to
when you go to Europe,
London, hey, I'm driving over here. I just got to, or, maybe for training, he should be a mailman for a day, go drive on the wrong side of the road and everything and get used to just flipping over there. But I talked about the Giants before, and I had no excitement in 23 and 24 because I told everybody I hate the way this team plays with Farhan. And I told you that I just wanted them to either win big or just lose. And I felt like they were going nowhere, and I just rooted against them because I wanted Farhan gone, and for good reason. And now you see why I was so upset, because now they're playing baseball. They're not playing a computer game anymore. They're playing baseball. And sometimes when you get so analytically minded, you just become as boring as could be. And a lot of what the Giants have done this year is not just change the direction by getting rid of Farhan, but they're focusing in on playing baseball and letting guys play. And guys are more like, look, when you got a boss that gives you direction, I mean, have we all worked for bosses that were just like, what the heck is this guy? I have no idea what I'm supposed to do with this job. One day it's this, the next day it's this. He says, do this, and then I do this. And he says, why'd you do it that way? Why don't you do it this way? I want you, look, that's Farhan. When you got a boss that you just gives you autonomy and says, go do your job, and you just go do your job, you're relaxed and you focus and you want to work hard. That's what Buster and Melvin are letting the Giants players do. And by not sending guys up and down, left and right, constantly looking over their shoulders, oh crap, I went 0 for 3. I'm probably going to sack tomorrow. I'm probably going to sack. And for a player to have to get to the big leagues and then realize his dream's over and he's going to have to go back down to sack, earn it again, get called back up, sit on his butt, because the direction of the team was you don't win jobs. Look, Elliot Ramos last year was lost in the minors and was going to stay in the minors. I guarantee you, if Farhan was running the ship and Jung-Hoo Lee didn't hurt his shoulder and Austin Slater and Michael Conforto never got hurt last year, you wouldn't even know who Elliot Ramos is. You know him by name, but you wouldn't. He wouldn't have got a job. And Dan, that's just because of Farhan.
Yeah, I think right now everybody knows the roles, and I think that was a major problem. I mean, when was the last time, could you remember over the last 3 years, where like Bo Mel said, hey, we're going to start Schmidt against the lefty? You never heard that. So now Schmidt knows, hey, I'm going to be starting tomorrow. My mind frame, I'm ready to play. I think that was the big key. Nobody knew their roles. The bullpen was a disaster. No one knew when was coming in. We had starters starting games. It was just now, I really think the first big move, starting Webb, we had the day off. Let's keep him on the five days, no matter what. Let him go. Let him do what he wants to do. Our bullpen is sort of set. We know who our closer is. We now just need to figure out who the 6th, 7th, and 8th inning are, because when the Giants won their titles, that's how they won it. Key hits, defense, everyone knew their roles, good starting pitching, great bullpen. So, for 5 games, it's exactly what we need. And, it's a great start. Oh, my God, this opening day on Friday, it's going to be fantastic. I mean, the other day, people were saying, why do the Giants start on the road? Now look at the advantage.
Yeah. And to Johnny T16, Lamont didn't lose his job. He's just pinch hit for because he was struggling and he was facing Oker to lefty, and it was a tight ball game. And they're basically just saying that Lamont's going to be platooned. And we already knew Lamont was being platooned at the beginning of the year. I mean, it was not like anything like he's being benched. He's not a guy that you've put in there against left-handers. So there's no benching going on with Lamont. He's going to start when they're facing right-handed pitchers, which is 75% of the time. And Casey's going to start when they face a lefty, like tomorrow. No benching there. It's Lamont Wade
he gets
is
2.5 days off.
He's a role
2.5
player.
days off. No problem.
Situational. He's hit well against righties before. Wade will come around. He's not going to go 0 for the whole year. Look, somebody mentioned that I said something about playoffs. Steven, Dan, hopefully you read my comment. I said this team is different, and you said they won't make the playoffs. I didn't say they won't make the playoffs. I said I don't have them making the playoffs, but they could. I just predicted an 86.
Rough.
I said 86 and 76. I think they missed the playoffs by a few games, but it's not out of the realm that they do make the playoffs, because I also said, Stephen, that the Giants will be in contention the final week of the season. They will not be eliminated. Okay. So, we'll see. I'm hoping they make the playoffs. I mean, you guys take words and you just, I don't know. Yeah. It's just like, look, I'm just looking for his comment, Steven's comment. I don't even know what he said. I don't have time to go through all of them. I don't know what you said, Steven, but I put that comment up. So I don't know what you said earlier, but there you go. So we'll see. We'll see. Yep. Rick Wardell with a 52 piece tonight. Yes, indeed. In fact, we're going to cover the Warriors here for about 10 minutes. Then we're going to head out of here. Like I said, I got to go out and get an MRI tonight. So Warriors tonight, if you watch that game, it was a really big game. The Warriors actually now are the 5th seed in the Western Conference. Let me pull that up here. Let me see if they've got it fixed. Yeah, there they go. You've got the Golden State Warriors in the 5th, and they can actually look, there's a slim chance that they could get the 4th seed. They're 2 games behind the Lakers in the loss column. They play them Thursday night in LA. If somehow they are able to pull that game off, the Lakers have 2 games at OKC still on their schedule. And the Lakers have another tough game somewhere else. Maybe it's Denver. I don't know. Ryan knows who they've got. But there's a possibility that the Warriors somehow win, say, 50 and lose 32. They have only got 7 games left. If they can go 6-1, which would be very tough, and the Lakers would have to lose 4 games because the Lakers own the tiebreaker. So there's a slim chance the Warriors could finish in the 4 seed, but I'm just hoping they hold on to 5 or 6, because look how precarious that is over the T-Wolves and the Clippers. Now, they do hold the tiebreaker with Minnesota, and they hold the tiebreaker over Memphis. So if they tie with either of Memphis or the T-Wolves, they get the bump. And they also play the Clippers the very last game of the season. So if they are tied in losses in that final game, let's say they both go into that final game with 32 or 33 losses and the Warriors win, then obviously they finish ahead. But if the Warriors are 1 game ahead of the Clippers and they lose to the Clippers get the tiebreaker. So it will be a very interesting finish for the Golden State Warriors. And I got to tell you, 4 would be huge because that would give them home court advantage. And crazy things can happen in the playoffs this year, because if OKC had to face Minnesota, for example, 1-8, or the Clippers 1-7, or 1-8, who's ever the 8 seed, it could be the Clippers, it could be Minnesota, it could even be Memphis. But if someone like that knocked off OKC and the Warriors were the 4 seed, and let's say they reseed, let's see, the Warriors would be on the 4 side, so they would play the 8 seed winner, and they would have home court advantage. So sometimes things can just go crazy like that. But Steph Curry, what a ball game. What a ball game. What do we got here? Road trip at will. Facts. Road trip 2. Are we talking a Giants road trip? Let me see. Will Martinez. Yes, absolutely. It is so much more entertaining. Hey, guys, we got tickets for the Padres and the Giants in August. That's a good road trip right there. If you want to go to Petco Park, and then there's room for a couple to still jump in and join the day at Del Mar. We've already got 4 or 5 locked in for Del Mar. And if you love horse racing, that is going to be a fun 3-day trip. I've got a flight over Thursday morning from Phoenix, catch the afternoon game against the Padres at Petco, and then I got a flight home Saturday night after 2 days at Del Mar. Pretty fun. So
sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it sure does. But I think we got to get one more road trip in, Lou. You're our travel guru.
Well, we can maybe do something in LA. Maybe I can maybe call one of my clients if you want to go see a ball game at Dodger Stadium. Support the orange and black.
Dodger Stadium. How about
or we have connections at Coors Field too. A buddy of ours owns a bar right across the street. I've never been to. I was only there for the All-Star game, but never was there to see the Giants.
You know what? It's Phoenix. I live in Phoenix area. Los lives in Phoenix area. Let's get to Colorado in the summer. Get out of this heat and spend a couple days in Colorado. Let me look at the schedule.
We'll have to take a look. And then, Dan, the one thing about the Warriors, after a big emotional win, they played Thursday night at LA against the Lakers. And then they back-to-back against Denver here. And then 2 days later, they play Houston. So, not easy 3 games, but it'd be nice if they can maybe go 2-1. And that might even
if they can win 2-1.
Yeah.
2-1. The actual 2 to win would be, in my opinion, beat the Lakers and beat Houston. And if Denver wins, it might push Houston to the 3 seed. And the Warriors match up really well with Houston. If the Warriors end up in the 6 seed, face Houston, that's good. That's good. I think they would win that series in 6 games on their home court at Chase. Will Martinez says, Coors is awesome. Dodger Stadium is cool too, and it isn't that bad wearing your Giants jersey. I wear mine all the time. Yeah, I've been to Dodger Stadium many times. I just would not go yelling and screaming, against the Dodgers. You never know. Crazy. What is agree? Yeah, he thinks it's going to be Warriors, Lakers, maybe. Yeah, we'll see. See how this thing goes. But it's going to be an interesting. So, guys, NorCal Sports Network, maybe we can – I also want to do a home game, Lou. I want to do an Oracle. I want to do a NorCal Sports Network.
Maybe we can get a suite or, we can do a suite where we can use my tickets for a couple innings and then go back and forth, because I know they're not selling suites that well, and I get 25% off all the costs. So, we could probably fit with standing room only 16 in a suite.
Oh,
And,
a suite
maybe,
would be nice.
and then we'll have my 4 seats. So we can maybe at 20, and then we can ask Ned, maybe Ned's in town and, he could come by and sit in my seats and back and, who knows? And then depending on how many people we get, if we can get 12, we can go on the field for batting practice. I can probably get up to 12.
Hey, man, I'll take batting practice.
No, yeah, unfortunately, we're not allowed to, but we can watch it up close.
Yeah. Oh, man. So,
but no, a suite would be fun, and a decent suite,
Yeah, George Curry says this. I agree. I think there's a way. It's very slim. If the Warriors lose Thursday night, they have no shot at the 4th seed. 0. They would have to go win their remaining 6 games. They would have to go 50-32, and the Lakers would have to lose 4 games on their schedule. And I don't think that's going to happen. So it's huge that they win. Plus, they need to beat the Lakers. They haven't beat the Lakers this year. Yes, deloading. That was that. Do you think, guys, if you saw this, with knowing his history, does he get a suspension? Anybody think Ja Morant gets a suspension for doing a gun job? He's been, how many gun things has he been, suspended for? 2 times? Yeah. I'd sit his butt down, man. I would not. Look, this dude is a gangsta.
Yeah, he's a gangster. And he blew the game. 3 times he went down and he lost the ball twice, and the other time it basically got taken out of his hands. He lost the game for them tonight.
You know what? He needs to be suspended for the rest of the season. Let him play in the playoffs. I know they probably won't do it because they want to say, well, but that was he loaded up and he was So he ain't no gangster. He wants to be one. He sure seems like it.
Yeah.
He's a very talented dude, but man, he hangs with the wrong crowd.
All that talent.
He hangs with the wrong crowd, man. Dude's got talent galore, money. Man, he just needs to just focus on getting away from some of those guys that got him into trouble. Yeah, clown behavior. Exactly. You can't. I'm surprised the NBA. I mean, you got little kids watching. It's on TV all over the place. So I don't know. Man.
Yeah.
I can't stand Memphis, though. I really can't. I cannot stand Memphis team. They're physical. They're dirty.
And their team colors. I mean, what is that red thing? They switch. Yeah, they're awful.
Yeah, Val, you'll have to go check it out at a timeout. Morant did a gun gesture at the Warriors bench. Maybe one player in particular. I don't know. He cocked his fingers and kind of loaded up and kind of like he was shooting at him. But anybody else does it in the league, most people just go whatever. But this guy's been suspended twice for pointing guns.
Yeah, and if you're gonna do it to Green for doing half of it, you got to do it to him. NBA's got to have standards.
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't the WNBA. I mean, my God, come on.
Right.
People are actually watching.
Yep, Mike just hopping in. We already covered the Giants, man. We got excited. Huge win for the
Warriors
Giants
and the
tonight.
Giants. It was tough because both games sort of ended maybe 5 minutes apart. I wasn't sure what we were doing.
Really, Lou, they ended a minute apart.
As
I predicted tonight. When I set up the show, I told Ryan they're going to end about the same time. So I opened the show with, should I sing, Lou? Should I give a little?
Of course.
Oh, what a night.
Of course.
Oh, what a night. Late December back in 63. What a very special time for me as I remember. What a night. Oh, what a night. I didn't even know. No, we will
4
stop
seasons. There. 4 seasons, and it was her only #1 hit. Or the great probably one of the best frontmen of all time, didn't sing. It was the drummer that sang lead in that. Just so
Is this an April Fool's? I just got a text. I think it is. I got a text that the Orioles signed Trevor Bauer. I think it's got to be an April Fool's, right? Come on. That would be out in somebody would have said that in the chat. Got a text says, yeah, it's got to be April Fool's.
Yeah, I don't see it on all the transactions for the day, and there's a lot.
Dan claims to be 60, but his references are way older. I'm actually 63, almost 64, BC. And just because the song came out a little before me, don't you know songs that were 10, 20 years before you were born? I mean, everybody's still singing stuff from the Eagles and Fleetwood Mac. I mean, a lot of people, their parents, they learn music from their parents growing up. I have a lot of people I know that know music from my era, and yet they're 25 years younger than me.
Yep.
You know, because they love the music from listening to it growing up in their home. So made you look though. Yes, Senior, made me look. I figured it's April Fool's. Yeah. Did you get any April Fool's today?
Yeah.
Did you get any good ones?
No, I mean, I saw one. I knew it was an April Fool's. They said Tiger's going to play Augusta. He had a massage and he's due. And then, of course, he came back and said April Fool's. You know, when you get older,
Oh, you froze there. You froze. Good music is good music. That's right. Lou, you're frozen. The frozen tundra at Green Bay. There you are. Oh, he's out. Let's move me to the center there. It could be Memphis rubbing off on Morant. Was just in Memphis, and place is no joke. Guys walking around with guns hanging out of their pockets in broad daylight. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Dan, you can still predict 90 wins. Robert, I made my 86. Okay, I got him at 86.
You might as well put it below the Toronto Blue Jay hat, so it's there for people to see.
Yeah, I'm not going to change it. I'm not saying they can't win 90. Okay, they can win 90. They might win 90, but I've got him at 86. And I told you I could revise things at the break, at the trade deadline. If the Giants are doing well and they add additional players, I will tell you that I think this team looks like a definite playoff team. Look, they're going to contend. They're going to contend. What does it matter if Dan says they're going to win 90 or 100? My word means nothing.
See, Dan, it's just not me. This chat is brutal.
Okay, the Giants are going to win 100. You happy, Robert? He says, I beg you, Dan, change it. If I change it, maybe because I've been right the last couple of years, he wants me to be, he knows I might be right again. And
reverse
he wants
psychology.
to get the 90. I get you, Robert. You beg me because I've been right. And you want me, and I'm sticking with 86. Robert, stay tuned. I may change it as the season progresses and I see things lining up. And if a good trade comes in, that type of thing, I might revise it. Okay. So hang in there. But I got to get out of here, guys. It's 8:30. So we're going to bolt for the door. Giants win 4-1. Warriors win, move into the 5 seed, and all is well for tonight. So
are we doing a post game tomorrow with a early game, like 3:34?
We're going to do it late. Guys, I will be on the show tomorrow night with Marty Lurie and friends. So you want to check that out. Wednesday night. What time is that, producer Ryan? What time is Marty Lurie and friends? You want to go over there and subscribe to that. I believe I will be on the show. Glenn Kuiper, Marty, Eric, Giant Sports Talk Live will be on. And then we'll go on tomorrow night after Marty Lurie. So 7:45 tomorrow night. Okay. I'm waiting for producer Ryan. What time's the show? Let me look it up here. I think it's like 6 o'clock, guys. But let me just check here. I don't know if Ryan's still in the chat. Link. Hold on here. I don't have Ryan here right now, so I don't know what time the show starts tomorrow, but I assume it's 6 o'clock. Okay. So plan on me, 6 o'clock tomorrow night. Look, Ryan's gone. My producer, he cut out. Look at that. There he is. 6 p.m. Okay. Tomorrow night, Marty Lurie and friends. I will be on 6 o'clock. We'll be here at 7:45. We'll break down tomorrow's game. So, hey, Dennis Murphy, new member. Thank you, Dennis.
Where'd you go, Dennis?
Appreciate that, Dennis Murphy. I like it. I like the name. Very cool. Good job, Dennis. You too can join a member. So head on over to Giants Sports Talk Live. They're just getting going. If you want to talk Giants baseball over there, Giants Sports Talk Live. We'll be back tomorrow. Appreciate you guys being here. Again, a big win for the Giants. Take care, everybody. Oh, God. Four and one. How's that sound? 4-1. Go Braves. Let the Padres lose. The Giants might come home in first place.
Third place, 5-1.
Big first place. Yeah, 5-1 to be in third place. Oh, my goodness.
The Dodgers only have one hit tonight. Both teams only one hit.
All right, everybody. Good night. Have a good one. See you tomorrow.